What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. This is my cousin Ethan, and we're here for week number 11 for us. This is actually episode 11. So
Mm.
we're moving. Is this episode 11 or 12? I think this is 12 actually. So we're moving, man. But look, we're coming with a
There you go.
recap after the draft. What we're talking about right now, we're gonna go over some undrafted free agents. I'm just gonna list
Mm.
the list of players. We didn't really do a deep dive into the undrafted free agents. If they make the 53, we'll spend a little bit more time on these players.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna list these players and then we'll kind of chop it up and see if we have any honorable mentions or anybody that we should definitely be looking into before we go into
Right.
kick. So
And
starting.
probably, I was saying probably around like preseason before they do the cuts. If they have some good games, then we'll probably go a little bit more in depth. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like some of the offensive players or defensive players, but
They
we'll
got
we'll get to that bridge. We'll cross it.
No, I feel you. They gotta do something first. Um,
Exactly.
as far as the players, so we got two defensive tackles, one from Colorado, one from Wisconsin. We got Anquan Barnes, and then Ben Barton. We got an
Mm.
offensive lineman from Eastern Michigan, Doji Dahoe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. We got another offensive tackle from Kutztown, Ryan Schnicke, long snapper from Boston College, Ben Mann.
Yeah.
We got a
Okay.
cornerback from North Carolina, Thaddeus Dixon. Picked up a quarterback. He came from Temple, um, Evan Simon. And then we got a kicker, Dominic Zavada. Those are all
So
the
I mean,
undrafted free agents that are listed that we have signed already. Out of that
right. I
list,
mean,
you have any honorable mentions?
yeah. A couple. I think. So I'll start off with running back Damian Bankston. He's fast. He's a fast young man. He's not as tall, but he's pretty fast. He's going if he makes the team, his path to the team is probably just gonna be a kick return. You know what I'm saying?
Special team.
Um, yeah, special teams value. So hopefully, we see him in the preseason. He if he takes one or two back, then he could definitely get his spot on punt return or something like that because all we have now is Gunnar Olszewski. So and then the kicker, Dominic Zavada, strong leg. He's has been solid for after 50 yards. So, definitely is it's usually wide open because every year there's probably somebody new who the kicker job. You just honestly just got to kick well. You know what I'm saying? And we don't really have like too much competition, but any competition's good. And then cornerback Thaddeus Dixon, he has the traits that you want in the corner. Uh he's not too long, but fast and physical. So hopefully he has some special teams value, and you never know. That's really how a lot of these undrafted free agents make it. You on kickoff, you get a fumble, or you block something, and you do that once or twice in the preseason games, and that's a path to make the team, and then you start
Get it.
getting people to know you a little bit more. So hopefully any of these guys, and then last but not least, Anquan Barnes from defensive tackle from Colorado.
Yep.
We usually do carry around 4 or 5 defensive tackles. So if he shows really good run stopping ability, we've been signing a lot of defensive tackles recently. Um, we really just need someone to really take over that number one spot. And yeah, we have some people, we signed some people, but it's just like And right now, it's an open job. Dex Lawrence is gone, so if you really stand out, you can definitely make your name there. So
Exactly.
we'll see. He just got to experience. He just got to beat out more experienced players. So
That's
the
it. You
kicker
that
and defensive tackle.
that's what you're doing it for. Shoot, especially you
Yeah,
come in as an
exactly.
undrafted free agent. You're hungry. So
Hmm.
he really wants to play. He's gonna try to beat out these old heads. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see
Hmm.
what happens. We need youth. There's not that many defensive tackles that not that many great defensive tackles that are leaving teams. So if we can find a gem that young,
Right.
can't go wrong with it.
Exactly. And these undrafted free agents, one of our favorites, Victor Cruz, um, he made his name in the preseason against the Jets, that 3 touchdown game. And from there, how many years later was he a Super Bowl champion?
You know what
So,
I'm saying? A
the
great
winners are well,
receiver.
there's a way.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
So I didn't say it earlier, but that was the big blue check-in. Big blue check-in. Sliding right along. We're gonna slide into the big blue spotlight. So this week we're gonna go over post-draft power rankings. We're gonna for the NFC East, of course. Post-draft and power rankings. We're gonna go over how we feel. The division is shaking up. Now I kind of did it a little different. I don't know how you broke it down, so we'll both go back and forth with it. Um, but as far as the power rankings, what I did was I broke it down by the defense, and then I broke it down by the offense. Right.
okay.
So I'm gonna list. I'm gonna give you from worst to best on the defense.
Worst to first.
You know, and then I'm gonna do the same for the
Yeah.
offense, and then I'll ask you how you have it stacked up as well, and then we'll go from there.
All right, cool.
So for the defense, right? At number 4, I put the Commanders for the defense. They definitely needed some help last year. They did some work this season in the off
Did
season
they?
as far as getting rid of a lot of their veteran players. I mean, right now, as
Yeah.
far as post draft, they have what was the biggest thing they did for the free agency? They got Odafe, right? They picked him
Yeah,
up. He's
defensive
probably their
lineman.
biggest
And
sign
then they
for the
had,
free agency. But right now, Sonny Styles is probably their best player on their defense. Right? So that's a
yeah,
good thing. It's a good thing. Hey, they're excited. They got a fresh, young freak athlete for a linebacker, but he's still a rookie. So if he's going to
yeah,
be there to run the defense, there's going to be an uphill battle, with him trying to learn a lot of the nuances. Because again, Sonny Styles, um, great linebacker, like I said, great combine. But when you get to college, when you get from college to the league, it's a new monster. It might take a little
yeah.
bit of
It's a
an
learning
adjustment,
curve.
especially if you have to run the defense. You're the quarterback on that side, basically. So we'll see what they
Right.
can get out of him. They didn't really make any other scary moves outside of that. They have Joshua Josephs that they picked up.
Hmm.
He's a good
And,
he's a good pass rusher, but he doesn't really do nothing for their run stopping, which is one of their big issues that they had last year. So we'll kind of see how that pans out. I still think they have an uphill battle to go. So that's why I put
yeah.
Washington at number 4. Number
Okay.
3, the Cowboys. The Cowboys, they were damn near the same as the Commanders as far as their defense is concerned. It wasn't good, man.
Right.
They were putting up 30, 40 points, but their defense was also giving up 30, 40 points. So it wasn't putting them in a good position
Yeah.
for them to kind of come out on top on those games. But this year they got a new defensive coordinator, so they already know like, hey, this is important. We can't have another year like
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
They signed Caleb Downs. Nobody was happy about that,
Hmm.
but they signed Caleb Downs, and he's going to be a great player for them. But again, same kind of situation as Washington. Caleb Downs is now their best player on defense. Now, how do they work him into the defensive scheme, and how do they get him to run the defense how he did in Ohio State? We'll see. That's yet to be known. But outside of that, that's really it. They got younger,
Hmm.
but now will the youth kind of be their kryptonite because they don't have that many vets? So we're gonna see how that works for them. I put
Yeah.
us at number 2, the New York Giants at number 2. Look, we got 7 first rounders on our defense at this point. Like we got to start turning this shit around, man. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
cannot be
yeah.
in the top 10 every year and not have a defense that shows it. So we are picking defensive
Mhm,
players, we're picking edge rushers damn near every year. Like we got the players. Now we just got to put the players in the right positions. You
mhm.
know,
That's
uh,
coaching. We
Denard
got to
Wilson
be coaches.
Denard Wilson's got to be that factor that pushes us over the hill. He's got a bunch
Yeah.
of weapons to work with, a lot more than he had in Tennessee. So we got to see what he can
Oh
do.
yeah.
So I'm hoping, especially now with Arvell Reese and Tremaine heading up the center of the
Uh-huh.
defense, and then we got all of our edges, man. It should get crazy. And then, of course, the Eagles are number one. They didn't really do
Yeah.
much as far as changing. They brought in Makuba, the safety.
Mhm.
Other than that, the defense is pretty much the same, man, and their defense is nasty. So there's not much to be said about that. What about you?
Exactly.
How'd you sack the
It
defense?
is. Well, defensively, I'm pretty much right word for word with you because I had Washington last. Um, yeah, they spent a lot of money on defense in the offseason. Odafe, Lito Chanel. They got a couple of pieces, but uh, nothing that truly stands out to me. Yeah, their pass rush might be a little bit different, but nothing that puts them over the top for me. And then for Dallas, yeah, Dallas, they got a little bit better. They really drafted defense, but we'll see because they got Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence, and even in the third round they got Jayshawn Bartram. So they got some edges, and even in the fourth round, they got a defensive tackle from Alabama, Overton,
Yeah.
and so they definitely put that effort into their defense. So we'll see if it all pans out for them. Hopefully, Caleb Downs is probably their worst player. You're right, but we'll see. And then yeah, number two is us at the Giants. Like yeah, we got a lot of first round picks. We'll be able to get off the we're able to be able to rush the passer. We did it last year, um, with the removal of Dexter Lawrence. Insert whoever defensive tackle you want in there. Are we going to be able to stop the run? Are our linebackers going to be free to roam and be able to, hit people in the backfield? We didn't do it too well last year with Bobby L, but now with Tremaine Edmonds and Arvell Reese, is it really going to make a difference? And what's his name?
Burns?
Micah McFadden. So
Oh,
he's coming back. So we'll
Mhm.
see. And then, the plethora of DBs that we got, Colton Hood and uh shoot, just
Paulson,
name it. Uh Paulson Adebo, Banks,
Paulson, Drew
yeah, just
Phillips.
we got a lot of DBs. They're all relatively young. I just hope that, they can all mesh. So I just feel like that just puts us at second, and then number one is the Eagles. Their defense has been solid for a couple of years. They just re-signed players, and their two defensive tackles, Carter and Davis, is like the cornerstone of their defense. That's what really makes their defense go. They can stop the run and get people into positions where it's just uncomfortable. You can't run. I don't know if you've seen that clip online where they were going against the Green Bay Packers, and I think it was Carter. He had called out the run on Josh Jacobs, and he was like, "Oh, they're going to the left," and then Josh Jacobs like he called it right before the snap. Josh Jacobs like, "Oh fuck," so he just starts running, and it was a tackle in the backfield. So it's just like they got smart defensive players.
Yeah.
So and we don't. I think like once you have because most teams build their team to win the division, the Eagles are definitely built defensively to beat almost everybody in the division. Hopefully not us, but
Mhm.
we'll see.
I
So
already know it now. They about to get stuffed up.
exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully he'll be calling stuff out and but that's a good segue into the offense. How did you rank the offense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Offenses.
So moving into the offense, right? So it's unfortunately number 4 again, Washington Commanders. Um, they just didn't have a lot to show for it for last season. and they haven't really made
Yeah.
major moves as far as acquiring new talent. They did get a new offensive coordinator, David
Hmm.
Blow. So hopefully he's able to, mesh with JD5 and get him functioning again. Main thing, you got to keep him on his feet, keep him healthy. But they got one
Yeah.
receiver, man. They got Scary Terry. Who else is on their team? Like they're trying to sign Brandon Ayuk, but none of that is definite.
It's a
So
lot
as
of
of right
smoke.
now, with them just having Terry on the team, like you're looking real one dimensional, and you don't really
I
have that
mean,
running backs and things. Well, actually, they just signed a couple of running backs, like we just said, but
yeah,
again,
and the tight end from the Titans,
oh yeah, yeah,
I will butcher his name. So he's a fast tight end. So hopefully that could help him, but that still doesn't put them over the top for me. So
yeah. It's unfortunate, just not enough moves. And their offense needs to stay healthy. So it's all
yeah.
around, it's all revolving around Jaden Daniels' health and what he can do with the offense with the new offensive coordinator.
Hmm.
So with so many questions, they're at number 4. For offense, number 3. That's where I slotted us in. The reason why I put
Okay.
us at 3 is because not because I don't believe in our offense and not because I don't believe in hardball, but because of the other 2 teams in the division. I just think they're stacked better than we are right now. We don't know what our
Okay.
starting receiver is going into the season. We know Jackson Dart's going into his sophomore jump. I'm not going to say slump. I'm saying the sophomore jump.
There
Um,
we go. I like that.
our line, we got Maui Noah, which is great, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm confident with all 5. We still don't know who's going to be the solid 5. We know we have our bookends, Andrew Thomas and Illuminor. We know we're putting Maui Noah at the starting right guard, but left guard,
Hmm.
is it going to be Runyon? Are we competing? We got JMS right here as well. Is he gonna have
Yeah.
a jump, or is he gonna have a step back in a year? So it's the
Right.
line is still shaky for us. And then we got Cam Scatterbu coming back from the injury. Malik Neighbors
Yeah.
on the draft, his knee is still swollen as hell, and he wasn't
Yeah.
moving very limber either. He was looking real stiff when he stood up when they picked Caleb Downs, that little 360 that
Right. Yeah.
I can see how stiff he was moving. So it's just we have a lot of question marks that we need to answer prior to us moving anywhere further than the 3rd spot for the division as far as the offense is concerned right now.
Okay.
Number 2, I'll put the Eagles. Them losing AJ Brown, even though they don't see it as major, I think is going to be detrimental because they need somebody that could take the top off. And look, they picked up Makai Lemon. Lemon's going to be great, but he's also like Lemon's
Mhm.
more of a gadget slot receiver. He's going to be those short, intermediate outs, slants, and even like some
Mhm.
screens and things like that, which may be beneficial for Jalen Hurts. But I think they don't have that take the top off anymore. If you're only worried about Devontae Smith, that's covered. Teams are going to make sure that's covered. So it's going to be difficult for them. But again, as far as their offense is concerned, they still got Saquon and they still got a good offensive line.
Yeah.
So as
Yep.
far as them having running backs and an offensive line that wants to block, they're still dangerous. New
Yep.
offensive coordinator, so we got to see how he meshes with
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. But as far as the team is concerned, their offense is still a powerhouse with the rushing game. And then last but not least, the Cowboys at number 1, man. I hate to say it, man. I can't stand the Cowboys, but look, their offense be booming. And they haven't lost any
Yeah.
players. They've just gained. And I thought we were gonna have a whole debacle with the George Pickens, but he signed the franchise tag faster than I thought he was gonna sign. So
Yeah. No, that's a lot of money to be
yeah.
sitting on the table.
No,
So,
no, no, definitely, definitely, definitely. So I mean, I get it. Look, he's young. He's gonna play. He's gonna ball out, and I guarantee you, he has another season like he did last year. He's gonna be up there with the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson contracts. Those numbers will be up there. So Dak Prescott, he plays well. They haven't lost many linemen. They have CeeDee Lamb and Pickens coming back. They have what's the running back? Williams. Like a lot of
they
their
just signed. Yeah. who is the running back that they just signed?
I
Was it
know they
Williams?
re-signed Williams from last year. That running back that they had last year, he was
Javante Williams,
yeah,
yep.
Jonathan
And
Williams.
then
So
there was another guy that came. I'm looking for him now. Not seeing his
I know
name.
their offense is still equipped to still put up, 30 to 35
Right, yeah.
points.
Javante Williams is a solid back who will get you those first downs.
Mhm.
And it's not like he's first class sprinter, but you know, he's the grind it out, get those yards, and keep the chains
Exactly.
moving. So
He puts his
that
head down
definitely is something they need to stay on schedule.
and he keeps grinding. How you feel about the
Mhm.
offense? What you think?
So I was thinking about it like, and on offense, yeah, fourth is for me is definitely gonna be Washington. Um, they didn't really do too much to address their offense, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe the best offensive player that they got was the tight end, Chike Obu. I'm about to say Buwanu. But that's probably it. They did pick up a player that I did like in the draft, um, Katron Allen, and their running back from last year. What's his name? Young man, he was good.
Oh, Bill?
Jacoby Marset. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Katron Allen and Jacoby Marset, those are two running backs that I like. And if they got with JD5, if he's good and with his running ability, if you're worried about them running so much, they may not need to have the best wide receivers. Because they're going to be wide open. They're going to be getting one-on-one coverages because you're going to be so focused on the run, and that could probably propel their offense to, a good standard. But until we know more about JD5's health, they're going to be fourth. Um, yeah, and then the Giants is third as well for me. Pretty much my list is going to be similar to yours. It's
Yeah,
just because our offense, our number one receiver, we don't know yet. Our number one back right now as is injury, we don't know yet. Our offensive line, I think, is solid, but until 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 we are all together as a cohesive unit, then I'm not sure. But the one thing about our team I like is our tight ends with Isaiah Likely and Theo Johnson. I think everybody's forgetting about Theo Johnson with Likely being here. So I think Theo's going to have a solid year as far as touchdowns, where Isaiah Likely might have more touches, but we'll see. And then even our receiver room, we got quite a few receivers. Even us picking up Malachi Fields,
mhm,
that's going to be good for I think Dart's development, having a big body receiver to just get contested third downs, whether it's third and six or third and eight. If
yeah.
you could just throw a curl route and just grab it, go up, grab it, come down with it. So,
Keep it moving, yep.
but that puts us at third because we got to see if Jackson Dart does have that second year leap. Um, Second, I want to say the Eagles. AJ Brown isn't gone yet, but once he does leave, I think he's going to go to the Patriots. That puts Smith on the outside and Malachi Lemon in the slot, and then whoever else you want on the outside over there. But with that offensive line, Lane Johnson, their line's just solid, and Saquon Barkley. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, it's Jalen Hurts. We've seen him throw. He's better, in my opinion. He's better at running. Not saying that he's a horrible quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But you know, he works well when his team is doing well. It's just in my opinion. Maybe other Eagles fans will say, yeah, he puts the team on their back, but
Yeah,
I have yet to see it. You know, I've only seen like him just win because of the team, not him winning despite of the team.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
and then it's Dallas. Those two wide receivers. Dak Prescott does well in the during the season.
right, yeah,
Is going to be hard. You double CD, then Pickens is wide open. You double Pickens, and then CD is wide open. Tight end Ferguson, running back Javonte Williams, offensive line. They didn't really do too much drafting on the offensive line, but that's they definitely did get one from Penn State, but
Yeah, I think
the
that was
offensive line is always solid. So
I think that was the only lineman they
pass
picked up.
blocking is always good for them. So we'll see if they just keep continuing it. E- I just think Dallas, their run game is never like this the forefront of it because Dak Prescott makes so much money, so they force him to throw. So we'll see. But
Whenever he has
CD coming back and
whenever Dak has a good running back, like a decent running back that can get him, some yards in the backfield and take some relief off of him, like Dak has great years.
yeah,
Regular
yeah.
season, but
So
he
and
has
then
great years when he has a running back that can take off that stress.
yeah. Yeah, they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game. So
Yeah.
and
Yep.
yeah, so that's my offensive. I know it's exactly as yours, but
Pretty
that
much.
just means great minds think alike.
Yes,
That just
sir.
means great
So
minds think alike, man.
pretty much with that being said, that pretty much wraps it with power rankings, putting Washington at fourth for the division, us at third,
hmm
Dallas at second, and the Eagles still number one in the division. Now, again, everything we just went over, that's all on paper, man. Now, me coming from a Giants fan's perspective and going with that hardball Kool-Aid we've been sipping on, let me tell you something. We about to get in these other teams' asses. Pause. But we about to go off, bro. I'm telling you right now, our defense is about to be crazy. And I think
yeah.
once we solidify whoever the other defensive tackle is going to be in that tangent, and then we can get into training camp and start working, they better be ready.
I got something for you. So I think some hidden gems for us. I think we should, if everything goes well, we should lead the league in sacks with Brian Burns and Carter. Carter, I don't know when you seen Arvell Reese and Carter meet for the first time, they dapping each other up. Like Carter looks so much bigger than he did last year. You know, so it's just like these guys are still under 24. Let them get some NFL reps and weight room, in
Bro,
programs. And,
bro,
they're already fast. So I just think
and
we could definitely lead the league in sacks.
and with you saying that, right? That made me think about it. Like when he met Abdul
Mm,
Carter, right? You said Abdul was bigger than he was last year, right? Tell me why Harvell
Yeah.
at 20 is still towering over. He's still
Yeah, because he's taller.
bro. I'm
He's
just
not a
saying
small
now
kid,
that
man.
he just looks stocky, bro. So you give him a full season, it's
Yeah.
gonna be an issue, bro. It's gonna
Oh,
be a
yeah, yeah. By the time they both hit 24, 25, and they
mhm,
had like 2 to 3 years of NFL weight room and,
dog. And tape
nutrition and meal plans and all that stuff,
and
man,
tape to
yo.
watch. Now they picking up on tendencies. Oh, and they could just play free goodness gracious.
Yeah, when you stop thinking, yeah, and definitely with you know, uh Brian Burns, just explaining certain things with him, how he does things, how he was able to get, 16 sacks last season, I think it was,
Yep.
his best season statistically from a sack perspective.
Mhm.
Um, I think we could really lead the league in sacks as far as with our edges, and and then the dark horse. No one's even talking about him, Kayvon Thibodeau. Like with
Kayvon,
everybody talking about all these other players, Tavon's going to get a lot of one-on-ones.
he's about
You
to
know
eat.
what I'm saying? He's got to feast. He's got to feast. So that's why I think we can definitely lead the league in sacks. So hopefully
I
that
thought
I
they
wonder
were.
if that's something I could if we get any DraftKings sponsors or FanDuel sponsors, put a little ticket on that. So
I was hoping that
we'll see.
I was hoping that the hell was I about to say? Damn, I lost my train of thought.
What
Oh yeah, no,
with
no,
the
no, no. I was
defense?
hoping I was hoping that Kayvon didn't get traded. I was saying that before. Then when the conversation started getting real
Right.
big around him getting traded, I was like, damn, it's inevitable. Especially we picked up a linebacker
hmm
like he'll get traded. But I'm really happy that he's still on the roster and they didn't shop him. Because I do think that he's going to be that link that's going to
Mm,
facilitate Denard Wilson being able to make this work. So it's going to be interesting to
yeah,
watch.
okay.
And with that
Yeah,
being
because I
said,
mean,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was about to say just the rotation, just the rotation, but I think we could definitely lead the league. Just going back to that, leading the league in sacks.
Yeah,
So,
we gotta do
but
it. That's
yeah.
how it starts. And with that
Hmm.
being said, we're gonna slide right into the standard. We're changing it up a little bit, but the Big Blue standard. Um, um, I'll be completely honest with you, man. The standard this week. Now we're gonna go over the depth chart. It's not legit because this ain't the 53, but this is basically everybody that is on the team right now. So we're just gonna go over the updated depth chart post draft, right? So I'm
Hmm.
gonna go through the position groups and I'm gonna list their names and then we'll have a quick conversation. We won't spend too much time just because we are going through the whole team, but
Yeah,
we'll
go
quickly
ahead.
go through the position groups. And then we'll go from there, right? So starting with the quarterbacks, of course, most important space. Gotta make sure we keep our goat alive, right? Jackson Dart,
Yep,
Jameis
yep.
Winston, Brandon Allen, and then we got the undrafted free agent Simon, E. Simon. Look, I'm hoping none of those other people see the field.
I know, right? Only Jackson Dart. You know what? I said this a while ago. The only quarterback I want seeing the field is Jameis Winston. And you know
Eh,
why? Because I want us to be whipping so much ass that
Okay,
he's in the fourth quarter and Jackson Dart gets a breather. He gets to put on film. He even
okay,
throws a touchdown or two. That's the
I
only
like,
quarterback I want to see out there.
I like it.
Just because Jackson Dart threw 3 touchdowns in the first half, and Tracy ran for one, and we got a pick, and then the scores out. We just blowing them out the water. So
Send him out
James
to
Winston's the
garbage
only other
time.
quarterback I want to see out in the field.
Yeah, okay, I got you. That's a good reason to see him because I thought it was gonna be about like some injury or something. Like, nah, no
Oh
injuries.
no!
Boy.
What?
Mm-mm.
Oh
Not
no!
not this year. All
Mm-hmm.
right, moving to the halfbacks. The halfbacks we got Cam Scatterboo, Tyrone Tracy, Devin Singletary, Eric Gray coming off the injury,
Mm-hmm.
Dante Turbo Miller, and then we got the undrafted free agent that you called out earlier, Bankston. So
Yeah.
those are the halfbacks that we got, and then we got our fullback Patrick Ricard. So as far
Okay.
as the running back room, like if Cam can come back healthy, I think we're good. I
Yeah.
don't think I
You
don't think
know.
all of them are gonna make the 53. Like I think it's really up for grabs that third spot.
The third spot we got the vet. What's his name? You just said it. Uh,
Bankston, Miller, or Gray.
no, 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 no. The other guy.
Singletary.
Uh, Singletary. There you go. I don't know. I was about to say Singleton
Yeah, yeah.
because of Washington, but Singletary. I like us bringing him back because people are like, oh yeah, why bring him back? He's probably the best blocking back that we have,
Um,
and and that's so important for just a quarterback to have a running back right there that can slide, you know, let's say one game they doing crazy stunts and all this stuff, and he just goes to the right place and makes that block. Not saying that Cam Catterbull can't do that or Tracy, but I just from what I've seen, he's probably the best one
better one.
out of
Okay.
the three. So it's good to have him there, and then even short yardage just to give because the thing is in this NFL it's got to be a running back by committee. So,
Yeah,
I mean, he's not too old. I think he's like 28, 29. So, but
that's what I was just.
Singletary,
I was just.
hopefully he
I was just about to ask you. Do you think one of
his age, right?
these younger backs beat him out just because of the youth?
Well, the thing is, they might, but when you have that blocking ability, that keeps you around a lot longer because you're making sure your quarterback doesn't get killed. These guys might be better at just being youthful and running the ball, but you know, and to build winning teams, you need a running back that can block. Yeah, he may not be the fastest, but if he can, be effective on a short yardage when our knock on wood, if somebody's hurt or hasn't come back to 100%, then having Singletary there is good for our team,
I got you.
especially with Patrick Ricard leading the way.
Yeah. Yep. All right, here we go. The most questionable room that we got on the teams, our wide receiver room, wide receiver room. So we got Malik Neighbors.
Woo!
Don't know when he's gonna come back healthy, but look, yes, we're hoping that we can get him back to 100% before the season is over. We got
Mm-hmm.
Darnell Mooney,
Yep.
Darius Slayton,
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Fields, Calvin Austin, Gunnar Olachevsky, or whatever his name is,
Oshleski.
oh,
Oshleski.
Isaiah Hodgins,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
So. Oh yeah. Hold up. Hyde's still on the roster. Golly. Yeah. Yeah. This man.
Jalen
You
Hurts.
know. Yeah.
Gibson, Collins, Miller, and Cambry. These are all like I remember all of
Those are
them
all just.
from many OTAs last year. Those last names, they were
Yeah.
like going crazy in
Camp
camp.
bodies.
Yeah, so those are like the practice squad receivers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bunch of bodies over there. I'm hoping that look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I look at this list right now, and I'm telling you right now, Odell is definitely better than from Olevsky down.
Oshleski. He's a kick returner. He's
Yeah,
special teams only.
I rest my case. So that puts him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts him at 5. Like out of this
But
long list, I think
you know
Odell.
what's funny?
And you remember
Oshleski
how
had a 100-yard game
said
last year.
that's true. He did have one, but
Just
you
one.
remember how
Just one.
you remember how you said I don't want Odell unless there's an injury, right?
Yeah.
Slayton's already going into surgery, and we already know
All
Malik
right.
is for week 1. So,
Yeah.
what we talking about right now?
Yo. I mean,
We didn't even start OTAs. We already got the top 2 receivers can't do shit. Like, put him
right. I mean, I seen from the Giants website, Darnell Mooney was catching passes from Jackson Dart. So, I think Darnell Mooney will be good if Slayton's not ready to go. We're still paying him a lot of money. He's got to play this season.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Darnell Mooney is the one that is going to be the guy for me out of all these groups. Obviously Malik Neighbors is number one.
Yeah.
Slayton should be a solid number two. But when it comes to it, if Mooney has to take that number two spot, I think uh, he'll be able to do that effectively. He's not too old himself. Calvin Austin's more just like run the streak and just clear everybody out. And if you got 1-on-1, we'll probably give you the ball once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Every so often, and hopefully Jackson Dart is better, with his deep passing this year, putting
Yeah.
on some weight and strength and stuff like that. But Darnell Mooney, man, because if we running the ball, man, and they're playing man or they're bringing the safety down and playing cover one, bro. Mooney should be cooking people. So
Yeah.
that's what I want to
No,
see.
I hope so. I hope so, man. And again, it's all a matter of like what kind of offense, Nagy kind of concocts and things of that nature. But most likely, bringing me to my next group, people, I think this
Mm-hmm.
group is going to be used a lot more than we've been really talking about, to be completely honest. And it's the tight ends. So we got
Oh
Isaiah
yeah.
Likely, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We got Theo Johnson, Chris Manhertz, Thomas
Yep.
Fedoni, and then Connor, right?
Okay.
So
Yep.
as far as our tight ends, man, I think Likely and Theo are going to get a lot more work than a lot of the bottom half of those receivers that I spoke of.
Mm-hmm.
I think a
Yep. Yep.
lot of the
Yep.
receptions that our slots were getting last year are going to be given to the big boys now. So
Okay.
we're gonna see again. It's all a matter of how they're gonna run this offense. We got a bunch of minds in the room, and honestly, I don't know what to expect as far as the offense is concerned.
Yeah. I mean, as
Um,
far as the tight ends go, like with Greg Roman and how he's going to construct the run game, I like that we brought back Chris Manhertz. He's primarily a blocking tight end, but the man is strong. He's a big man. His hands is like the size of a friggin' poster.
Yeah,
So like him being there, and hopefully, Theo with another year in the weight room gets stronger. We already know that Isaiah likely is a good movement blocker. We're doing more tosses and pin and pull and stuff like that, where we can get Tracy out in space,
yeah,
and then maybe who knows, one of those undrafted running backs, Turbo Miller or what was it, Bankston, one of those speedy guys, get some reps in there, just because let's say Cam Scadaboo's not 100% or something like that. Get some of those speedy guys in space. You never know what could happen, and how our offense can change as far as the run game. So, I'm just happy. That brings me back to the tight ends. We just got some solid blocking tight ends in space, allow our run game to do well. But the receiving ability is probably what most people are happy about.
yeah. I mean, shoot, I know Isaiah likely can catch. Theo
Yeah, I
Johnson,
know, right?
I've been seeing a few of his like workout videos, and he's getting his footwork
Mhm.
right. And, I mean, he's catching in those
That's good.
videos, so let's hope it correlates to something on the field this year. But since we were
Hmm.
just talking about these big guys blocking, man, the most important piece of the offense, the last piece, this offensive line is probably the most questionable
Yeah.
section. So
Okay.
just going from left to right, right? So we got left
Okay.
tackle, Andrew Thomas, JC Davis, and then Joshua Zudu. Left guard, John Runyon, Steny, and Q-Box. The center, we got JMS coming back, uh, Patrick, and then Hudson. Right guard, we got our boy CC Malinoa, Falele, and Evan Neal. With CC up front, it don't sound that bad no more.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
right. Who said Francis?
right tackle, we got Illuminor, we got Embo, and then what's his name?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Holston is how you
Holston.
pronounce that.
And then there was one
Yeah.
more guy that I think it was the rookie that we picked up
Ryan Shinerky or something like that.
with a D. I can't. I must have been getting tired when I was writing these notes because I cannot read that in my life. So there's
Nah,
somebody
it's
with a
okay.
D
He's undrafted.
coming over
It's
there.
just another camp body because
Yeah,
it seemed like we're drafting more. I think out of all those people, um, I want to see Marcus McBo, because Andrew Thomas usually, in the past couple of years, he hasn't really finished out the season. Hopefully he could finish out. He could start off good and healthy for a long time. But at this point in his career, we haven't had him for a full season, so I wouldn't count on him being here all year. Knock on wood. So if McBo and Mbo is playing well and he can slide into there, or if we ever need to do any line shifting, put Luminar on the left side and Bo on the right tackle. This way, Maui Noah can stay at right guard, or whoever, knock on what. Because the thing is, with these offensive linemen, they always get these injuries. So I just want, if Falele has to come in, hopefully we never see Evan Neal play another snap. And if he does, it's only for practice team. He comes in on one of those like heavy sets just at the goal line, just to push everybody in. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just hopefully our swing tackle can definitely do well in the preseason. This way, we feel comfortable if anybody gets hurt, that
yeah,
our backups can come in and not necessarily give us the same kind of protection, but don't mess stuff up. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly,
Where it's
exactly.
instant pressure. You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
it's not like a drastic drop off.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you're not going to get 4 seconds of blocking. You might get 3 seconds, but
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think I think ultimately, man, like looking at it, it's not the greatest, but I think Harbaugh did a good job of the way he put things together so far. Again, we got to get into
mhm,
camp and everybody got to work, but I think as far as this line that he put together, like I can go into September knowing that we'll be able to start the game and not have to worry about Jackson Dart going to be on the floor
Mhm.
60% of the game. So we're
So
working
let
in the
me.
right direction.
I know. I just thought of a question I wanted to ask you. What do you think we'll be better at, run blocking or pass blocking with this offensive line? Because we got Ricard, we got all these tight ends. It's just the offensive line themselves. In my
I think
opinion, go ahead.
I think we're gonna be better at run blocking.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's
It's
different.
it's I feel like it's easier for them to push somebody than it is to
Hmm.
take those steps back and
Oh,
kind of
I get what you're
navigate
saying.
and
Hmm.
figure out what they need to do, especially in different sets and when they have to. Like again, I've never been a lineman, so I can't tell you how difficult it is, but I know for a fact it ain't easy.
Yeah,
But I
it's
just
not.
feel like it's easier for them to get their hands on somebody and push them
Hmm.
than it is to stop and try to prepare for the move from a lot of these defensive line.
Right.
So I
I
think
get
I
what you're
think
saying.
for the big bodies that he's put up front now and getting like CC
Hmm.
and watching how aggressive he is, JMS, he wasn't the greatest pass protector, but I think he can get busy with somebody else next to him and start
Right.
blocking downfield. So
Get those
I'm
combo
definitely gonna say
blocks
run
going to
block.
the linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you
I
think?
think we were good. We were okay at pass blocking, even though we were one of the top five rushing teams last year. But I think even this year with Maui Noah, our pass blocking is going to be even better. Uh, with the concepts that we have, whether the ball's just we're pass blocking better because the ball's coming out faster, or they're thinking about the run. You know what I'm saying? More play actions and stuff like that. So that'll give Jackson Dart some more time. He doesn't have to feel like he has to do so much hero ball. So I think our pass block is going to be better. So I'm happy. I'm okay with the state of the offensive line.
Okay. I like it. I like it. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what they produce when they all get together, man. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
over to the defense. We'll slide through the
Okay.
defense real quick. So we got the defense, our defensive ends, Roy Robertson Harris and Elijah Chapman. We got our nose tackles, Aliki Fotu. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
how you say his name. I don't know, man. We got a lot of
Hey, that's better than I would have said.
but behind him, we got our Bobby Jamison Travis, the rookie that we just signed, Roberts, and then Barnes Jr. And then for defensive tackle, Shelby Harris, we just picked up Darius Alexander, uh, Tupa, I can't pronounce it. M. Tua Patoa
Yeah, yeah, you got that one. I ain't. Yeah, I would butcher it
and B.
myself.
Barton. Like, I'm hoping we don't have to say these names because they don't have to play because, like, that's deep in the depth chart. But those are the people that are listed right now.
I
Um,
think I hope we only have to say their names and get to know them because they're playing well.
yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. Not like homeboy from last year. What was it? Who was it? Hudson that slapped my.
Yeah. Oh, the offensive lineman. Yeah, and on that play specifically, he shot. That's actually I seen somebody talk about it. I think it was Brian Baldinger. He was saying like you usually do the club and hit people, but the dude slipped, so it just made him look really bad, just slapping him in the head. Like, bro, you know,
It was so
he
bad,
really
bro.
did. Yeah, it was
It
like
was
he owed them
so
money. Like
bad,
you
bro.
mother.
Well, yeah, it was so bad, bro.
Yeah,
He got
man.
4 penalties back to back. Like that, we were like, what?
Yo, that was crazy. They were like, just get him out the game, bro. But
Dayball was losing his shit.
for real, dude was bright red. Um,
Yo, that game was a terrible game, but that shit was funny.
mm,
It was funny. All right, moving right along. My bad.
no, you're good. You're good.
All
It
right,
was
so we
good.
got
That was crazy, bro. That was a crazy game.
our edge rushers. We got our edge rushers. We got Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Colston, Murphy, and Ford, the backups.
Okay.
Then we got our interior linebackers, Tremaine Edmonds, Arvell Reese, Muasal McFadden, Barnes, Jack Kelly.
Mhm.
Bozeman, and then Jones. So pretty deep over there.
Yeah, man.
I'm really
I just
hoping
hope.
Kelly definitely makes the roster because he looks like the second coming of a defensive version of Scatterboo out there. Like
Mhm.
he
Yup,
looks
yup,
like
yup.
a dog and he loves football.
Yeah, he has a lot of turnovers and everything. So
Mhm.
hopefully, he makes some. Yeah, I'll be watching him on preseason to see if if he can get some, if he can read his keys right and get a couple of turnovers consistently, where it's just like, yo,
Yeah.
he might be better than Micah McFadden. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure Micah McFadden is probably good in cover, but we don't know until we see how he moves after that injury.
Hmm.
So Jack Kelly
Hopefully he
might be
comes
the
back
guy.
healthy.
You know.
Hopefully he comes back healthy because I'd like to have them both on the roster. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Michael McFadden was playing pretty good before he got hurt,
Yeah.
and that was just next to Bobby O. And I would like to think Teron Edmonds is better. And, Arvell Reese is, you know, they let Arvell Reese not have to think and just play ball.
Play free.
These linebackers going to be able to get after it.
Yeah. So we got our safeties. Javon Holland, free safety. Tyler Newbin as strong safety. Um,
Mhm.
our Darius Washington would be the backup. Jason Pinnock, we signed back as well. We
Happy
got
about that.
Campbell, Braid, and Hain.
Okay.
Lane, I'm sorry, our Lane.
Mhm.
Cornerbacks, Paulson
Okay.
Adebo,
There you go.
Deontay Banks. Was that Corey Black?
Yep. Yep.
Green.
Seventh round pick last year, something like
We
that.
got Drew Phillips, Jones, Greg Newsome we picked up. We got our Colton
Yep.
Hood that we just signed.
Hmm.
Peyton, and then Bernard something. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
again, late night scribbles, man. So another cornerback again.
Yeah, nah, it's cool.
Hopefully Colton Hood locks in that position, and we don't have to worry about those other names. But those are our corners at the moment.
Right,
I think the
and
cornerback room
hopefully,
definitely stepped up
I
though.
think, with Colton Hood, if Colton Hood really steps up and he's really a solid corner for us, him, Paulson and Debo, I just really wish Banks was that guy because then we probably would have never got Paulson and Debo because Banks would be in the number one spot. Then we have a really young defense and that money that went to Paulson could have went elsewhere, maybe could have reinvested in an offensive line or, a better defensive tackle once the market had started earlier. We could have got somebody a little bit better. Um, I just think, out of all these guys that we got, I hope Drew Phillips has a really big year because he's our nickel. He's our, their nickel corner. He's always going to be in for the run stops and stuff like that. Colton
Mhm.
Hood's probably going to be in the outside, and so will Paulson and Debo.
Yeah,
So if Phillips has a good year, um, he get coached up a little bit more, not to be so handsy, getting penalties and everything. Because I remember in the Dallas games, he was getting under uh, what's his
Lamb.
name? Yeah, he was getting under Lamb's skin and
Yeah,
he picked him
boy.
up and dropped him. He was, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, we
yeah.
out here, Giants
He
football,
had
you
them
know what I'm
man. He
saying?
had them
So,
man hot. He had him hot.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think Lamb did score a touchdown after that. But I
He
mean, that's
did.
besides the point. What I'm trying to say is I like the feistiness that he has, and I hope he has a really big year. I hope they all have a big year. Him especially just because he's in on the runs and he's got a couple of turnovers. So
He
he's
plays
just
with
one
that
guy.
aggression I've been talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
plays that attitude that I've been talking about. He plays with that attitude. Like you see Colton Hood like
Hmm.
highlights, like he plays with that attitude. Like
Right.
I'm excited to see what they do this year. And
Right. And
then
and Deontay Banks, man, I really just I think if it is the coaching, because he has the ability, if he can really just understand this scheme and start giving a lot more effort, he can be something special from a physical standpoint.
I
But
think
it's just really that mental locking in and feeling confident about yourself and being able to, go out there and put your best foot forward. So, and I think that has to do a lot with coaching.
I was just
And
about to say I think Denard Wilson because he played in Maryland. I think he's going to be able
Oh,
to tap
right.
into it. I think he's going to be able to tap into another side of Deontay Banks, and I think he's going to get the corners and the safeties playing with a new set of eyes that they haven't had the past couple of years.
And
So I
yeah,
think we're gonna see a better year out of Deontay Banks. It's what he
yeah,
makes of it, man. It's if he comes to camp and he's ready to play and he's not doing all this nonchalant nonsense to where we see he's not chasing down tackles and stuff like that. Like he could be a great corner. And with
yeah,
better teachers now that'll be able to teach him form and how to be able to play better man defense and read your zones better and things of that nature, it's only
right.
up from here. So I'm hoping, like I said before, man, in Harbaugh we trust. I love this coaching staff that he put together. I'm excited
Yeah,
about that. Oh, don't want to forget about our special teams, our special teamers. Just to quickly
there
run
we go.
through our punter, Stout, our kicker, Jason Sanders, punt returner starts at Gunner O, kick return,
Hmm.
Deontay Banks, that's where he's thriving, and then long
Yeah,
snapper,
okay.
Zach Triner. So
Yeah,
that's our depth chart right now. That's way more than 53. So we'll go into camp, we'll go into OTAs. They'll sign a few more people to try to round out
yeah.
this
Get some
offensive defense, and we'll see
camp
what
bodies.
happens, man. I will say to wrap up the episode, we're gonna end it with our roll call. We're gonna end it with our roll call. I want to
Okay.
know from you guys. Please let us know in the comments who you think is gonna win the NFC East this year. Who's
Ooh,
in the NFC East? I know what ticket I'm punching
I
for
know,
who
right?
win the NFC East, man. And with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We appreciate you guys watching the episode this week. We'll be back with another one coming soon. Appreciate you guys. Hey, this is the new era. This is the standard.
This is Big Blue Reborn.